We're getting at least 6 gacha games this month in October, and I want to showcase to you guys what's upcoming, the dates specifically for these games, and the ones I'm personally interested in. There are 6 of them. I've played half. I've played 3, and the other 3 I have no idea if they're gonna be good or not. So let's talk a little bit about all of these games, my experience with the ones I've played, and the ones I recommend trying. As usual, hello the internets, welcome back to Waifus. I'm Sefhi. Today's topic: all the gachas coming in October 2024. At least the ones I know. There's probably a couple more, but these are the ones that I've been checking. So first of all, let's start with CVT. This is the only game that's not full release, but it's an open beta, sorry, not CVT, that anyone can participate next week. They're starting on October 14. You'll be able to play the game for like a week, and this is Drive 9. If the style is similar to something you're thinking of, it's because this is done by the same creators of the Danganronpa series. So as you can see, the style is pretty reminiscent of that. The game itself mixes a lot of things. So as you can see, when you are around the map, is this pixel art that looks really, really good. But when you are actually fighting in-game, we can switch here. It is an actual fighting game, so it looks like it's pretty similar to CCC from what I've seen here. I haven't checked anything. I'm gonna be playing the game myself when the open beta starts. The ultimate death game, once again, Danganronpa, pretty obvious when it comes to the influence on the style, the story, and everything else, even the character design as well. The game looks great, but I have not seen if it has auto, and as you all know, I am a filthy auto battler enjoyer, so for me this is going to be something that I try on the open beta. When it releases, we'll make a review, but outside of that, it's not something that I'm personally interested on sticking around for. So moving to the next one, and that's going to be Wizardry Variants Daphne. For those of you who don't know what Wizardry is, this is one of the OGs in gaming when it comes to dungeon crawlers. This is a JP series that is getting a new mobile title that is, of course, going to be a gacha game. I'm not sure how they plan on handling this game specifically for a gacha. Feels weird because the gameplay is not for everyone. By the way, this is a game that most people will not even try because the gameplay itself. So this is the gameplay, right? You will have a team of, I believe, 3 or 4 characters, up to 6 characters. And as you can see, it's turn-based. You go around the dungeon, you move in this 3D space around the dungeon as if it were blocks, a dungeon crawler, and the combat itself is your usual turn-based JRPG with items, skills, trying to make proper strategies, and then you go those attacks. When you attack, it's first person. When someone else on your team attacks, is a third person attack, like you can see there. I'm not sure how this will play on a gacha because what are you pulling for? New characters you bring into the dungeon? Do they die with you? Is this like a roguelike where they start over? Do you lose your characters? That will be funny as fuck. So this is the second game coming. This is coming 15th of October. This is a full release, not in Japanese. It's global, okay? Even though the video is Japanese, there is almost no information on the game. We shall see. If the game has auto, we might actually play the game because I do like dungeon crawlers. But if I wanted to play a proper one, I will go to Steam where I have multiple of them, okay? So we'll see about this one. I'm not super interested, but at least just because the franchise itself, I'll give it a try. The next one that I want to showcase to all of you is Soltice, Resonance Solstice. They have changed the name for the JP version. We already tried the Chinese version last year. In fact, they are right now around the first anniversary, more or less. And now they're releasing JP version. The JP version is coming on October 17. Resonance Solstice. And the gameplay, it's pretty good. Stick with me for a second. You might be thinking, oh, another chibi auto battler with cards. That's for the combat, but that's not the min-max. As you all know, in gacha games, when you min-max, it's about gear, your characters. In here, what you are min-maxing is not this combat. This is your usual card system, like other games like Rivers and similar things. Even though it's a little bit different since the cost is based on the bar at the bottom, it's more akin to something like Counterside when it comes to pulling those skills rather than the characters, right? But that's not the important part. Combat is basic. The good part about this game is that it's not about the characters. It's about managing your own train. Yes, you heard me right. You are a train driver and you have to optimize everything. Every train card has different functionalities. You can customize them, sell different stuff, and you have to go from one station to the other, selling and buying products that will be more expensive or cheaper depending where you are while managing your own train. That is the coolest part of the game. Let me put the gameplay of the train here. Also, the other good part is that you will see other people while you are traveling around in other stations, other trains going and coming, which is pretty good. And those are all other players. I'm not sure if there is any co-op involved, but this is definitely one that I'm interested if it comes to global. In fact, the Chinese wiki for this game, what they have instead of a tier list, it's a whole ass document on how to properly optimize your route to make the most money, which is pretty funny. Also, something that I really like is that around the map, all of these things you see floating around are enemies. You can stop and kill them, and they will actually drop rare materials you need to be crafting, selling, and buying more stuff. And they regenerate each day. So you have an incentive if you wish to go and actually fight them, if you wanted to, of course. So this is the game that is also coming, like I was saying, on October 17, and I'm actually interested on this one. So let's move into the next one, and it's going to be Chronicle Red. This is releasing the same day as Resonance Solstice JP. I'm not that interested in this one, but as you can see, it's kind of the trailer doesn't tell you much, because trailer is literally WWE with the waifus on swimsuits. You're thinking, okay, that will be peak if that's the gameplay, but that's not the gameplay. The gameplay itself for this game is interesting. It looks like something like either GACHA, where you bring 3 characters into battle and they fight with you, and you can be switching around and killing those monsters. So as you can see, you switch between the front and the back line, right? And it's third-person action combat, not that similar to either GACHA, now that I talk about it honestly. But you manage both characters, one in the front and one in the back. You can switch between back and forth and use different skills and different strategies. It doesn't look super bad. The waifus look pretty good, and it could be a fun gacha, but I do not see an auto button. As you all know, once again, like I said at the beginning of the video, I am a filthy auto battler enjoyer. So I will try this, make a review, not high expectations, however. Now let's move into one of the games that I'm the most cautious about this month, and that's going to be Grand Saga. Grand Saga is releasing October 30, and this is a game that is available on JP already for 4 years almost. So global will be behind 4 years. Not only that, but in the past they released another version from the JP, and that version had a lot less rewards than JP, more rush banners, etc. So we shall see what they do. For those of you who don't know, this is of course by the Grand Blue developers, right? I believe it's on the same universe. I might be tripping, but the gameplay, this is an auto MMO. Fully auto. You can do, of course, some skills yourself if you wanted to, but you can just click and they will go everywhere. Now, by that regard, I should be happy, because that gameplay is something that I'm actually interested on. Gameplay, if you don't call it gameplay. But the problem that I see is the 4 years of content, right? There is 4 years of content ahead of you that you know what's coming, you know what they're gonna be doing, you know how much they could be fucking you up, considering they might just rush everything or just put the server at the same time as JP right now, and then you have lost 4 years of progress versus the other people. So it's kind of weird. I don't know what to expect. We will be playing and making a review, but I have almost 0 expectations on a title that has been out for so long already. And now let's go into the last title of this video. That's going to be Starseed ASA Trigger. This is a game coming, let me check my notes, October 31, last day of the month. And this is the one I'm most interested about. This is a waifu auto battler that has really good skins and really good character design as well. It's fully 3D. This is a battle on the game itself, as you can see. And you will almost, let me see if we can put another battle since this was ended. There we go. So, as you can see, the game is pretty simple. You will bring in 5 girls into battle. They will automatically fight. You have 3 times the speed. They have their burst animations, which honestly, once again, look pretty good. And there is a lot of skins that change the burst animation too. The problem about this game, and I'll make a video before it comes out to talk about it, because I've been playing the Korean version, is that it requires a lot of dupes, and heavy dupe games usually tend to focus more on the PvP aspect. You all know personally I don't care about PvP, and I will ignore that, but it's something worth mentioning and that I believe has to be mentioned before we talk about those things, right? Because heavy dupe games are usually a pain in the ass. But this is the game that I'm most interested about, and like I was saying, it's releasing on October 31. So those are the 6 games we're getting this month. Like I was saying at the beginning, you will have all of the dates on the screen right now. Let me know which ones you guys are interested in, and let me know which ones you guys are playing. That said though, that's gonna be it for this one. Just a new series on the channel where we talk about every month what games are coming and which ones, in my opinion, are worth trying from the perspective of the biggest auto battler lover out there. So that said, thank you to my patrons for making this content possible. Love you all, bossos. Good luck with your pool dinner rates. I'll see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。 ブランとノワールのショータイムです。
天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。